Hello and welcome to Awaken Your Reality, the podcast. I am your host, Anthony Sacred Cobra Cortino. Today we are talking about just how powerful support groups are when we're going through the healing through a divorce or a breakup. We're also going to talk about how powerful and the difference of what a group coaching situation is and how that impacts us during a divorce or a painful breakup. They are both necessary. They're necessary at different times, and only you are going to know when that time is. So today's episode, I'm going to be going over some of my experiences and opinions when and how to use a support group, and then also when to get the F out of a support group and move forward into a coaching experience so that you can actually get real, lasting relief. So the title of this is From Breakup to Breakthrough, the Power of Group Coaching in Healing, Divorce, and Breakup. So an introduction here. Navigating through a divorce or a painful breakup is a challenge that leaves you feeling adrift, lost, and alone. Absolutely. Now, traditionally, people have sought the solace in support groups or the comforting words of family and friends. While these sources of comfort are undoubtedly crucial, they may not always provide the necessary tools for a significant transformation. Therein lies the power and the promise of group coaching. There is a sticking point here. There are limitations within support groups. As great as they are, they do have a limit. Support groups are a safe space for expressing vulnerability, with you finding strength in shared experiences. Does this sound familiar? However, the danger lies in becoming entrenched in an echo chamber that amplifies pain without promoting substantial change or personal growth. You see, when you go to a support group, you share your experiences. When you talk to friends and family about your pain, about your break, about your divorce, before, during, and long after, we tend to go through a pattern where we want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to be understood. We want to get that feeling that someone is listening to us. Now, the familiar narrative is all too common because individuals share the same stories of their suffering year after year, with their external circumstances becoming a never-changing backdrop of their reoccurring pain. I once sat in a circle after 2 or 3 year hiatus due to the pandemic, and I remember noticing certain individuals in this group were saying exactly the same thing as far as their pain and their suffering from 2 and 3 years ago. Even though the circumstances may have been different for some of them, the words out of their mouth were an exact replica from what I heard them speaking from years and years ago, over and over again. They're still stuck. There is a big problem here. It's this repetitive cycle of sharing without progressing. It's akin to being stuck in a film that never ends, but just repeats the repeat of hurt and heartbreak on loop, never ending. Does this sound familiar? Now, when this happens, this mundane state does hinder personal development and the journey toward healing after experiencing a divorce or a major breakup. It helped you before. It may be helping right now exactly the way you want it to. However, eventually, it will contribute to your suffering if you stay in the support scenario where you are invited to share your feelings and your story and your pain. When you're listening to others and we are regurgitating these back and forth to each other, it is guaranteed that we're going to keep manifesting that and praying that back into our experience. And we wonder why things never change. Because your thoughts, words, and actions are creating your reality. Now, how to transition from support to empowerment. Here's a quote from Brené Brown: "We cannot become what we want by remaining what we are." One of my favorites. Now, see, this profound insight emphasizes the importance of taking proactive steps towards self-development and healing. That's where group coaching can come into play. Group coaching offers more than different coping mechanisms. It provides tools and strategies for personal transformation and empowerment that are self-driven. We're not trying to keep up with the dogma or the leadership in the group defining whether we're doing well or not. We are defining it ourselves. We're deciding the vision. We're deciding what we're ready to let go of and what we're ready to allow in. It's self-driven. It focuses on results-oriented approaches, empowering individuals to let go of the past and embrace a better future in the here and in the now. Now, there is a power of group coaching in breaking through limitations specifically. When participants in a group coaching program choose to alter their own perception and let go of their victimhood, a magical transformation unfolds again and again if you choose to do the work. They take steps to change their assumptions about reality or people, and in doing so, unlock the potential for profound growth and self-improvement far faster than waiting for time to pass or for the world to change. Okay? You do the work. You do the change. No one else. Now, see, this is the significant benefit of group coaching. Helps you foster forgiveness of others and yourself. It inspires participants to control their thoughts and adopt a proactive approach toward their personal growth and healing after a divorce or breakup. Support groups are fantastic, and I know I have been a part of them most of my life. However, support groups tend to focus on acceptance and being okay again, without moving forward. Moving forward is a secondary goal that gets very little time to it, because think about this. If we are in a group and we're each sharing our pain so we can let everyone know where we're at, that in and of itself is going to build momentum. We are aligning to that pain. There are going to be opportunities to shift out of that pain. However, so much time in support group meetings or support group style retreats are focused on the pain itself. So by the time the end of the weekend comes around or the end of the meeting comes around, the opportunity to take a powerful shift is only seconds or minutes compared to the hours spent focusing on each individual, highlighting their awareness of their pain. You see where we're going with this? That builds momentum. Now, there is a journey of transformation. Here's another quote. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. That's one of my favorites. Michael Singer. If you work with me, I'm probably going to make you read Untethered Soul. It's standard reading, and I recommend for anybody else hearing or watching this, because it is a non-dogmatic approach to spiritual awakening. It will not conflict with any of your personal, unique religious beliefs. It's just the tools so that you can awaken for every man and woman, regardless of what your beliefs are. So I highly recommend you go ahead and get a copy of Michael Singer's Untethered Soul. So imagine the daily cycle that you've been living with your thoughts, words, and actions confirming your limitations, anger, and sadness. Yeah, that life you've been living for quite a while, maybe even decades, maybe your entire lifetime. You are familiar with this, aren't you? Now, I want you to instead visualize a different day, a day filled with inspiration, love, and faith in a better future. A day when you are no longer feeling the need to repeatedly tell your old story, because You're too present in the joy of living a life full of purpose. It takes discipline. It takes focus to choose to not update that friend of yours about the pain you've gone through. You don't have to give everybody the updated story, or better yet, you don't have to go back in time and tell them what you've been through so that they can understand you. That is actually praying that forward into your current and future reality. So resist that urge. It'd be nice if it actually just went away, and that's what we're talking about. Break the habit of regurgitating your pain. Start a new habit of breaking through and actually getting rid of it. That one thing that you are so devastated by, actually see this being gone from your life. And the new liberation of energy coming up. So moving on, this is the transformative journey that group coaching facilitates very easily. The Breakup to Breakthrough program is a solution-focused and empowering program. In the program, we guide participants through this transformative journey. Our program includes weekly live calls, a private community for support, and assignments that promote the practical application of the lessons and tools that I teach you. Participants witness accelerated results, and just like witnessing and knowing about the 4-minute mile being broken, breaking through limiting self-images and fostering an empowering worldview happens very quickly when you witness someone else in a group completely rewrite their story, completely drop their trauma, completely refuse to use the limiting labels that were in fact trapping them long after those labels benefited them. It's a beautiful thing to happen. And once you see it, it's easier for you because then now you finally see that it's possible. Even though you may not see it in your own eye, you see it in others, hear it in their voice, and that's powerful. The program is uniquely designed to be solution-focused and empowering rather than remaining problem-focused week after week, meeting after weekend. So in conclusion, there is a path forward. From Abraham Hicks, the key to growth is the introduction of higher dimensions of consciousness into our awareness. So yeah, divorce and breakups, they are absolutely challenging experiences. We're not denying that, but that is a lower level consciousness. That is a low survival vibration. You are the one that can choose to get out of that or choose to stay there. Time will never, ever heal these wounds because time is an illusion. How do you do it? You stop doing what you have been doing that's keeping you stuck. And when it comes to this conversation, we're talking about how sharing our pain with friends, family, and support groups around our divorce and breakup after a certain point, very quickly, actually is why you are continuing to suffer. Continuing. However, they also provide an opportunity for significant personal and spiritual growth. By transitioning from traditional support groups to group coaching, individuals can break the cycle of repeated pain and embrace a more empowered future. Now, our Breakup to Breakthrough program is a tool designed to facilitate this journey. It provides a pathway from pain to empowerment, from shared suffering to collective growth. Now, what is next? If you're ready to make the transition from breakup to breakthrough, join our Breakup to Breakthrough Spiritual Awakening group coaching program and community today. Embark on a transformative journey towards healing, personal growth, and spiritual awakening. So check the links below to get access to my free 40-page divorce planner on my website. Also, take a look at the links to sign up for an interview with me to see if now is the time for you to jump into a group opportunity to completely transform your life. So again, if you have been doing traditional therapy and it did work, if you have been going to support groups and it did work, but now you're finding you want to drop the labels, you want to stop sharing your experience, you want to break this new addictive habit of thinking that being authentic means to consistently repeat your pain. If you want to break out of this mundane cycle, then contact me and join and enroll. We have multiple classes starting right now and budgets for everyone just like you. So checking out for the day, this is Anthony Sacred Cobra Cortino, reminding you that you are sacred, you are worthy, and you are love. Cheers.